I'm Kelly Jo, and it's time to get KJ Fit. Right now we're going to talk about the building blocks of strength. Using your own body resistance, you can gain a lot of muscle and strength to prepare your body for weight-resistant bearing exercises. First, we're going to focus on the quads, the hamstrings, and then the glutes. So go ahead and lay on down on a mat or a beach towel, something that will help protect your spine from the floor. When we lay down, I want you to retract your shoulder blades into the floor so your chest feels nice and open. Pull your lower abdominals in nice and strong. First, we're going to focus on the quads. Keeping the abdominals nice and firm, I want you to tighten up the legs, really tense the muscles so that your knees are really straight. So we don't want to hang out with our knees soft. I hate the word locked, but use the muscle to dynamically move the leg in an energetic way. Keep the muscles nice and taut. We're going to start with the right leg. Slowly start to raise the leg up as slow as you can. And we try to get it perpendicular to the floor. That's using our quad muscle. You'll feel a nice burn right in the middle of the quad. And keeping the abs tight, we slowly lower it right back down. We lift on up, really controlled. The other leg is still staying nice and strong as we work the right leg. And slowly lower. We want to be focused that our abdominals are nice and strong so we can just let the quad do the work. We are not looking to do some lower abdominal leg extensions right now. We are focused on a strong leg, working through the resistance of gravity and our own body weight. Now it's okay to have the toe pointed or flexed, or you can do a point and flex, kind of like a Barbie toe. Whichever one feels more comfortable for you, so long as you keep the legs straight. Try every time to get a little closer to the face and slowly lower. Now there is no rest. Once you touch, you go again. It's a constant fluid movement. And slowly lower. Are you starting to feel a burn in that quad? Give me 4 more. 4. How close can you get? 2 perpendicular or beyond. 3. Make sure as it comes to you, it's the same pace as descending away from you. 2 more. 2. Remember the opposite leg is still straight, still working. And 1 more. Keep it nice and fluid. And release. Feel that burning? It may be right in the very center. It may be a little out to the side. I want you to focus on keeping the leg very straight, not turning it out and open to the side. Let's go on to the other side now. Tighten up the abdominals, retract your shoulder blades. Tense out the muscle of the legs. Start with the left leg now. Reaching forward. My toes face straight at my face and straight at the ceiling. We're not doing any sort of turnout or extension. We want to keep them right in line of the hip. Very strong, straight leg. Now if your knee starts to bend, you've gone far enough. The whole intention of this exercise is that you do not bend your knee. Otherwise, you relax the quad muscle. And that's what we're working. So let's keep the isolation strong. Here we go for 4. I think we did about 12 on the other side, so we're going to do 12 here. And 5. How close can you bring the leg to your face? And release. 6. No turnout. That knee is facing straight ahead, right in line of the hip. And 7. So take a look at that leg. Make sure it's not turned. It may feel a little funny at first, but your body will acclimate. 8. Nice and slow and fluid. The opposite leg is still dynamic, working, pressing strong. 9. 3 more. 3. And 2. Nice and fluid. And one last one. And release. If you didn't feel enough burn in the quads, you might be able to handle a set of 15 or 20 or 25. Whatever you're looking for, do as many until you feel fatigued in your legs. And you can do multiple sets as well. Remember, this is a good warm-up and a building block for strengthening. Next, we're going to go on to the glutes. I want you to put your feet about hip width, so a fist could go in between your knees. You could know that's just far enough. And we're going to slide our hips close to our heels. We're going to be doing a standard booty bridge, is what I like to call it. Retract your shoulder blades. Keep your abdominals tight and your spine straight. We raise the hips up nice and high as we can. Take a note here. Do you feel it in the hamstring or do you feel it in the glutes? We want to feel the tushy. So if you're feeling the hamstring, you might want to bring the feet a little closer in towards the body, towards your tushy. And once you feel that you've got all the weight bearing in your glutes, it's time to do bridges. Remember to keep those knees in line of the hips as we move. People have a tendency to want to open the knees out. So keep an eye on them. Lift and lower. Lift for 2. Take a moment to hesitate up here. Reaching as high as you can get to the ceiling. And lower. And 3. And lower. 4. Reach. And lower. 5. Down. 6. Lower. 7. Lower. 8. Lower. 9. On number 10, we're going to hang out up there. Stay with me. Hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 more reps. Come down. Lift up. Do you feel the glutes? If not, make the adjustment with your feet. We are not working the hamstrings yet. That's up next. Get her for 3. Lift. Get her for 4. Lift. Get it for 5. Got 5 more of these. 5. And 4. If you're feeling your low back, think of tightening up your lower abdominals a whole lot more on the lift. That'll alleviate our low back. 2 more. And one last one. Hold here and slowly release. Give your knees a hug to release the glutes. Give them a gentle squeeze. Maybe you want to rock like right and left to just release the low back. We're going to do a spinal roll to get ourselves up because we have to turn ourselves over. Hollow out the back, hug your knees in, start to rock and roll with me till you build up enough momentum till you can sit directly up. And go ahead and turn over face down. Now this is going on to our hamstrings. Similar to the quad, we're just doing leg raises, but this time we won't have as much mobility. So we're going to lay face down, tighten up our abdominals, and raise our leg as high as possible, only firing the hamstring. It's isolation, so you don't have to go very far. Just be sure you're very strong. Lay face down. You can make a pillow with your hands so that your nose has space to breathe. Tighten up those low abs and electrify the legs. Once you tighten up the knees, you can feel them raise up off the floor. You know you have a strong leg. Keep them that strong the entire time. Start with the right leg. We're going to slowly raise up as high as possible and release down. And lift. And lower. Tighten up your lower abdominals. Be sure that you are not feeling this in the lower back. This only works the hamstring and at best maybe a little of the glute muscle, your tushy. Steady, fluid movement, just like we did when we did the quad leg raises. Feel that hamstring fire. If you bend your knee, it's going to deactivate the hamstring muscle, so make sure that leg stays really strong. Flexed or pointed, it doesn't matter. Whichever way you prefer your foot and whichever way you can hold your leg nice and strong. Let's hit 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. And release. Going on to the other side, same rules apply. Be sure that you strengthen out the legs, tighten up your low belly, and start by raising as high as you can move the left leg. And release. Keeping these lower abdominals really strong so that we're not using our low back to do the lift. Keep the abs strong, feel you almost press the abdominals into the floor, at the same time contracting them. Very fluid movements. We're going to do 12 of these. Here's 5. And 6. 7. Are you feeling the hamstring? 8. If you're not feeling the hamstring, try to straighten out the knee a little bit more, firing the front side of your thigh in order to feel the back side. Here's number 9. 10. We've got 2 more. 11. And 12. Go ahead and release. Press yourself up to take a child's pose. Put your toes together and your knees apart and just relax down. This stretches out our hamstrings, our quads, our glutes, and just rest your head down on the floor. Your forehead on the mat, it relaxes your neck and spine as well. Inhale and exhale. That's a great warm-up before you do your strength training to get your low body fired. Or if you find you just need a little more strength in your low body because you have never done weight training before, these are good building blocks to get nice and strong legs and glutes. Thanks for joining me. I'm Kelly Jo, and this is KJ Fit.